Welcome back to the morning show. We're visiting with Bob Zdora of the Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty, and we're doing This Week in Real Estate. How are you, sir?
I'm great. You?
I'm doing real good. It's a wonderful day.
They're all beautiful.
I know, right?
We're in God's country, brother.
Yes, we are. Oh, Scooter and I have said it 100 times on this show. We wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Oh, no. No,
Seriously.
not now. I mean, this is home. Mm-hmm. And it's been home. It's funny. It's been home pretty much since we moved here.
You're 14, 15 years?
Or more. About 19.
19 years, okay.
Yeah.
Seems
like only yesterday. It does fly.
Yeah.
It does fly. I mean, you don't think about it while you're going through it, but we've been here a long time.
Yeah.
So, and it's been good to be part of the community. It's good to do all the things that we've done, all the people that we've helped with the real estate, but and all the other things that we do as well. I mean, we're involved in a lot of stuff, and that's all part of the fun of being here.
Sure.
You know?
I can see that now.
Yeah.
I don't really volunteer to do a whole lot. And the other day, Enoch Pepin from the LC Salmons Youth Center was here, and they're having a dance with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And he's like, "We need chaperones." And I was like, "All right, I'll volunteer." And I told my wife, and she's like, "Are you crazy? You don't even like kids." And I was like,
well, that's no, you'll be the perfect chaperone.
Right? Well, it's in a instructional setting. As a teacher, I wouldn't want to be a teacher. I just couldn't do it.
Not day to day. And it's a couple hours. You'll go. You'll have fun. You'll hear words you'd never heard before.
Right. Tell them to separate. You're dancing too close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
No, I'm going for the free cookies and soda pop.
That's good. Ulterior motives. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But it's like you guys do stuff like that all the time, and I need to start doing more stuff like that. It feels good when you do it.
Well, it makes the community what it is.
Uh-huh.
It really does.
Scooter, I helped him with the hot dogs during Halloween, and it was so much fun.
See, you say you don't volunteer to a lot of stuff, and I agree with that, but you get voluntold.
Voluntold.
Yeah, that's it. That is closer, actually. Yeah, it is.
And that's okay, too. Sometimes I have to be forced to do things.
It's just not forced. Persuade.
Yeah, persuade, yeah.
Persuade.
As something as simple as going on vacay, taking time off, I have to be persuaded.
Yes.
Because it just work. I mean, it was instilled from my father, 6 days a week. I'm used to working 6 days a week.
Sure.
Thankful now the job I have, I get 2 days off, but that's just natural.
And that's not saying that the phone isn't going to ring if somebody's going to call, and because we get the same thing.
Right.
We never close. Phone rings, you answer it. Mm-hmm. 888 numbers and 800 numbers, maybe not so much of them. But if it's a 405 or some of the area codes that you start to memorize because you know where they're from, you take it. They get two hellos. When I answer the phone, I always answer Bob Zdora.
Okay.
And then I'll wait a second. And if I hear like scuffling in the background, click. I don't even bother because they dial 20 numbers at a time and they wait to see who answers.
Exactly.
They pick it back up. But clients, they're generally right there saying, "Hey, well, I'm out at a house here, or I drove by a sign, or I'm on your website." Mm-hmm. That's fine because you got to do that. And we've had a number of people that have said, "Oh, Sunday afternoon. Oh, you answered the phone." They expected to get a voicemail and just ask for information. That's what you do, and we've always been like that.
Yep.
Because we both always the same thing. I mean, we both always worked. I mean, I've worked since I was yay big.
Yeah.
Passing out flyers. You got 3 for a penny. Putting flyers up on people's porches back in visitation in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, child labor laws. But then paper routes and everything. And Linda's always had jobs, and the boys have always had jobs because they follow into that. The work ethic.
The work ethic. That's right.
Sure. Very important.
My dad instilled that into me at an early age. I instilled it in my daughter. She just got hired on a new job, and one of the things that the GM was telling her was, "I don't want a bunch of calling in," because that happens a lot now. They call in Friday, they don't feel like it. Monday, they have a hang-up, whatever, and she's never been like that. She'll go in sick and have to be told to go home. I mean, especially now after COVID, you do need to stay home, and you need to rest. But that's just a part of.
That's dad talking.
Yeah, it's like you get to work. If you feel like you can go, you go, and then you be told
and be on time.
Yeah, be on time.
If you're less than 5 minutes early, you're late. That's always been there.
Right.
I mean, It's gotten me okay.
Yeah,
I've done okay.
Well, that, and if you're going to party on Friday night and you got to be at work at Saturday, you be at work.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Do the things that you're supposed to be there. I remember the first time I was late, like 2 hours, and working for my dad. Oh my goodness, he could give it to you better than anybody else. And he just said, I don't have a problem with you going out and having a good time. If you're going to do that, just be responsible enough to come to work on time the next day.
Don't let your good time run into my work time.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's exactly right. So, Scooter, have you ever done that?
Oh, me? No.
Never.
No,
Not Scooter.
Actually, I was very responsible on party nights. I made it to work. I may have been hurting. And but I'm the same way with you guys. I got taught at a very young age work ethics, and I remember having a paper route. Started out on a little bike, and they'd drop it off in different areas, and I'd have to do these condo areas and different things and ride through and hand them all out. And then as we got bigger, I dragged my dad in. And we ended up having a full route that we had a van that we used and all that, and dragged my dad into something he didn't want to do. Nevertheless, it did teach me a lot.
Yes,
you had to get up early, and you had to take care of stuff, because all that had to happen before school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a paper route, and then I had a job on the truck delivering the papers to the kids. We had like 40 houses that we had to go and drop the papers off in the truck, and you'd sit in the back and you'd count them off, because every kid gets a different number. Every route has a different number, so you'd sit there and be in the back counting. And then when I get done with that, then I go and deliver the route, go to school, go meet my honey, and we had to collect that. There was no mail-in. You go. That's where you really learn your people skills.
Yes,
right.
When you have to go and face somebody and tell them that they owe you money, that for this, and then the ones, most people would tip something.
Sure.
And those that didn't, you remembered.
Yeah, that's right. I want my $2.
You missed the paper. Nah, I didn't miss the paper. I mean, what are you trying to get 35 cents out?
Yeah. What are we
But that's a lot to do with the people skills, and something that I brought into the police, something that I brought into the real estate, something I bring into this and everything else that we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being able to help people and being able to get people where they want to be, sometimes kicking and screaming, sometimes, because they just don't realize. People don't buy and sell houses all the time. It's a rare occurrence for most people.
Right.
The average time is nationwide, it's like 5 years.
I can see
Most
that.
people don't do that. I mean, we lived in our first house for over 20 years. And then we came here and we were in 3 houses in like 8 years. I made up my time. But
you averaged out. You did.
Yeah, I did. It ended up balancing out. But but helping people to make those decisions, helping explaining the circumstance, because the last time they bought a house, the last time they sold a house, was a long time ago, and the market has changed so much. The paperwork, the restrictions, and all of the things that go into the physical mechanics, not dealing with anybody or anything else, just the mechanics of selling a house is so different now than it was when they bought that house that they're in here. And for us to be able to go over that with them and help them get through the whole thing, the disclosure documents and stuff. And when they did it, it was may have been 3 pages, and now it's 12.
Yeah.
And when you start to go over all the things, what does this have to do? And then you got to remember that this is for the whole state. So there's things in there that have nothing to do with us here in the Ozarks. Explain all that to them and walk them through it. Did you making it? There's a couple questions about insurance claims. Well, it's not a bad thing to make an insurance claim. You had hail damage, you put a new roof on. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
don't be trying to hide stuff, saying, "Oh, somebody's going to think bad of the house because we made an insurance claim." It's fine.
That's why you pay insurance.
Exactly. But to be able to walk them through that and be able to help them to understand why things happen the way they do is really a big part of our job. And people don't know what they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so our job is to help them to know. And
you guys do. You go above and beyond.
well, that's really what we've tried to do since we started this. We've always been aware of that, because when we moved, like I said, it had been 20 years with the house, and it was a totally different deal than it was when we had bought it. And, good agents.
Right.
And that was it. And I didn't really have any real estate knowledge before we came here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why it's best to get a real estate agent. Whether you're buying and selling, you got individuals that are selling their home, and I can understand why some would want to still go through a real estate agent because you might miss something. You don't want to miss something. It's a big expenditure. It's the biggest expenditure you'll have of your life.
Sure.
So.
And to be a for sale by owner can be, to have people out of the cold just coming up knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to see your house.
Yeah.
What?
Could you?
Yeah.
Maybe give me 5 minutes to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't know who they are. You don't know if they have any money. You don't know what they are.
That's right.
So, and you don't know how to sell the house. You don't realize about disclosures. And just because you're for sale by owner doesn't mean you don't have to disclose things about the house.
Yeah.
And people that are buying from for sale by owners, that's fine. But hire an agent to go with you. Hire an agent to represent you in your best interest. Just can't be, that's money so well spent, because all you need is one thing to go wrong and to find out there's something in it. People don't understand about inspections and all of the things that are involved. Like I say, all the stuff, people just don't know all the things that are involved in this. And then we've gone to houses to list homes and said, what did you pay for the house? And I already know because I looked up the taxes.
Yeah.
What did you pay for the house? And then I'll give you the number. And I said, who picked that number? How did you come to that? No. Well, he said that this is how much it was worth. Oh, really? The seller told you how much it was worth, and you thought that was a good idea.
Oh.
But people do that.
Yeah.
So that seller's gone. He's in Kansas City or Cancun or wherever it is that he they went to, and you're there holding the bag and find out that the basement's got whatever.
Yeah.
So money well spent. Money well spent.
Yeah. Well, tell us what's going on this week in real estate.
This week in real estate, there were 36 new listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 10 parcels of land, 23 homes came on the market, ranging in price from $649,000 to $79,000, and 3 of those 22 are taking backups already. There were 25 sales, 3 parcels of land, 22 homes sold. They ranged in price from $33,000 to $330,000. Average sale price this week was $176,000 with 88 days on market. Still at a total of $3.8 million in residential real estate. So the market's still moving. It's slowing down, but it's still going forward. 21 properties expired. If you expired and you want to come back on the market, give my honey a call. Let's see what we can do to help you be sold. That's the reason you're on the market, is to be sold. People don't list their home.
Not doing it for nilly-willy.
Yeah, right. If you want to get sold, give us a call. 28 had price changes, so we're seeing that number go up. It was 30-something last week, another 28 this week. I think we'll continue to see that going forward, because with the interest rates, they're down below 6 right now, and that can change this afternoon. They come and go. They're kind of a moving target. But the difference between when people were able to get this much for their house and the interest rates were here, now those interest rates are here, so these prices here, they can't afford them. They just can't afford
them.
They
need a price adjustment.
And that's what they're going to need to get sold. And that is just the economics of the whole deal. That's not Bob. That's the economy.
But you're still going to get, per se,
you're
going to get more
do
than it was a few years ago.
Sure.
Just not as much as it was a year ago.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, and your home should be, you're living in your investment. The idea of, we're just going to keep it for 2 years, we're going to flip it. If you bought 2 years ago and you're selling it now, you're probably not going to get what you paid for it.
Yeah.
Probably. But live there, enjoy it.
Yeah, because in 4 to 5, 7 to 8 years, it's going to balance out. You're going to be fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
And currently, let's see, there's 28 price changes. Currently, we have 235 homes. So we picked up 1 home came up on MLS. So that's good. The more homes, the more people will come to see, because they don't want to come to just see 1 or 2 houses. Because you got to remember, that's not just like Mountain Home. If you're watching me, those are homes in your area. So if you're in southern Missouri, all the way to Ash Flat, to Harrison, to whatever, there's a lot of, that's a big area. It only have 200, and those homes, a number of those I know are multiple listed. So if you have any questions, you want to know about listing your home, buying your home, get pre-approved, call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net. You see it every morning on the weather. Take a look at that website. We have all the MLSs on there, and the boys do a great job every morning at talking about what's on there. But give my honey a call, 870-405-0793.
Excellent. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more.